Students, now please take out exercise 12.2 from your book. Today we are going to do question number 2, which is find the volume and the surface area of the following cuboids. Which means we are going to use the formula for volume and surface area to get the answer. So here we are completing firstly the third part, and in the figure length of the cuboid is shown, which is 75 centimeters. Breadth is shown, which is 50 centimeters. And height is labeled as 1 meters. So firstly we are going to write down the things, the measurements which are known and those which are unknown below the heading of data. Now please give the heading of data. Now we are going to write down the measurements which are known and those which are unknown. So length is equals to 75 centimeters, breadth is equals to 50 centimeters, height is equals to 1 meter. Now we need to just look into the measurements that length and breadth are given in centimeters, whereas height is given in meters. So they are different in unit, and we need to use the measurements with the same unit. Therefore, we are going to convert height, which is equals to 1 meters, into centimeters, because the rest of the two measurements are in centimeters. As we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters, so we can directly write it like this. And now for the solution of the question, we are going to use height as 100 centimeters. But what if height is some other measurement given? Then how can we convert that measurement into centimeters? Please have a look. For example, if height is 2 meters, then how are we going to convert it into centimeters? Firstly, we'll write down the fact that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So we need to convert height, which is equals to 2 meters, into centimeters. Therefore, we are going to multiply the both sides of this equation by 2, like this. We are going to multiply 2 on both the sides of the equation so that it does not affect the equality of the equation. So 2 multiplied by 1 meters is equals to 2 multiplied by 100 centimeters. And 2 multiplied by 1 will give you 2 meters, which is equals to 2 multiplied by 100 will give us 200 centimeters. So in this way we can convert the any other measurement rather than 1 meters into centimeters, because 1 meters is equals to 100 centimeters is the fact. Therefore we have converted it directly in our question. Now we are going to write down the terms which are unknown. So volume of a cuboid is unknown and surface area of a cuboid is unknown. Students, now please give the heading of solution. Firstly, we are going to find out the volume of cuboid, for which we are going to use its formula. And we know that volume of a cuboid is equals to the product of length, breadth, and height. As the measurements for length, breadth, and height are already given in our question, so we are going to simply put those values over here. So length is 75 centimeters multiplied by breadth, which is 50 centimeters, multiplied by height, which is now 100 centimeters. We cannot write 1 meter over here. Why? Because we have to use the measurements with the same unit. Now, we are going to multiply 75 by 50 in the rougher column. So 75 multiplied by 50. Firstly, we are going to multiply the digits written in ones column. So 5 times 0 is 0. 7 times, and now 7 will be multiplied by 0. So 7 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. So we will write down 5 below 0 and 2 will be taken as carry above 7. 7 times 5 is 35. So 35 will be added to the carry and 35 plus 2 will give us 37. Now we are going to add these. 0 will be written as it is. 5 plus 0 will give us 5. 7 will be written as it is. And 3 will be written as it is. So it means 75 centimeters multiplied by 50 centimeters gives us 3750. And as centimeter was getting multiplied by itself and it is written twice over here, so centimeter square will be the new unit now. So 3750 centimeter squares will be multiplied by 100 centimeters. Now there is no need to use rougher column, as we know that in order to multiply any number by 10, 100 or 1000 or even more greater number, we simply add those zeros in our number. For example, over here 3750 is written and we need to multiply it by 100. So we will add two zeros of 100 after 3750. And that will be the product 3750 and 100. So it will now become 375,000 centimeter cube. Why centimeter cube? Because now we have 3 centimeters over here. Centimeter square was already written and we need to multiply it by another centimeter. So powers are going to add up. Centimeter square multiplied by centimeter, as now we are having 3 centimeters, so we are going to write down centimeter cube and this 3 will be read as cube. So the answer is 375,000 centimeter cube. As we have already solved for volume of a cuboid, now we are going to use the formula for surface area of a cuboid to find the surface area of the given cuboid. So here is the formula. And within this formula, we can see that 2 is getting multiplied by the sum of the product of length and breadth, then breadth and height, and at last length and height. So all of these measurements are already given in the question. So we are going to simply put the values over here in this formula. So 2 will be written as it is. Then within the square bracket we can see round bracket is there, and within round brackets we can write down the value for length, which is 75 centimeters, multiplied by breadth, which is 50 centimeters, and the sign of addition will be written as it is. Then again round brackets are there, so we are going to put the value for breadth, which is 50 centimeters, multiplied by height, which is 100 centimeters. Again we are going to put the sign of addition as it is, and then within the round brackets we are going to write down the value of length, which is 75 centimeters, multiplied by height, which is 100 centimeters. We are going to close the round bracket and we are going to close the square bracket as well. Okay, now it means that we need to copy 2 as it is. But firstly we are going to multiply 75 by 50 within the upper column. So 75 multiplied by 50 will be written like this, and now we are going to multiply them. So 5 times 0 is 0, 7 times 0 is 0. Now 5 times 5 is 25, so 5 will be written below 0 and 2 will be taken as carry like this. 7 times 5 is 35, and 35 plus carry, which means 35 plus 2 will give us 37. And now we are going to add them. 0 will be copied as it is. 5 plus 0 will give us 5. 7 will be written as it is. 3 will be copied as it is. So this is the product of 75 and 50. Now as I told you earlier that we are going to copy 2 as it is, because firstly we need to solve the round brackets, then we are going to solve the square bracket, and then we are going to multiply the answer of square bracket by 2 to get the square surface area of a cuboid. So let's write down 2 and the square bracket as it is. We have already solved the first round bracket, in which we were supposed to find out the product of 75 and 50, and so the answer is 3750. And as centimeter is getting multiplied by itself, it is written twice over here, so we are going to write down 3750 centimeter square. The sign of addition will be written as it is. Now we need to multiply 50 by 100. As I already told you that how can we multiply any number by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 or even greater number, how can we multiply? We will simply add the zeros before our number, after our number. Okay, for example, 50 is there, so we are going to add the 2 zeros from 100 after 50, and it will give us 5000. So the answer of or the product of 50 and 100 is 5000 centimeter square, as centimeter is getting multiplied by itself and it is written twice over here, so centimeter square will be written. Sign of addition will be copied as it is. Then 75 multiplied by 100 will give us 7500 or 7500 centimeter square, because again we are adding the 2 zeros from 100 after 75. So this is our complete step, and in the end we are going to put the square bracket. Okay, now in the next step we need to copy 2 and the square bracket as it is because we haven't solved the square bracket yet. And within the square bracket we can see that we need to add first two numbers first. And 3750 will be written in the rougher column like this. And we are going to add 5000 in it. So that we are going to write down in the rougher column. And now we are going to add them. So 0 plus 0 will give us 0. 5 plus 0 will be 5. 7 plus 0 will give us 7. And 3 plus 5 will give us 8. So 8750 is the sum of first two numbers. So over here we are going to write down 8750 centimeters square. As centimeter square is getting added in centimeter square, 3750 centimeter square is getting added in 5000 centimeter square, so the unit will be written as it is. Now we will copy 7500 from above step as it is. 7500 or 7500 centimeters square, and we are going to put the closing square bracket as well. Now let's have a look into our last step, which was surface area of a cuboid is equals to 2 multiplied by the sum of 8750 centimeters square and 7500 centimeter square. So now we need to take the sum of these two numbers which are there within the square bracket. Firstly, we are going to write down surface area of cuboid is equals to 2 will be written as it is and the square bracket will be written as it is. Now we need to find out the sum, so we are going to use the rougher column in order to find out the sum of these two numbers which are there within the square bracket. So 8750 will be added to 7500 or 7500. Now 0 plus 0 will give us 0. 5 plus 0 will be 5. 7 plus 5 will be 12. So 2 will be written below 5 and 1 will be taken as carry above 8. Now 8 plus 7 will give us 15 and 15 plus 1 which is written as carry will give us 16. So here we have found the sum of these two numbers, which is 16,250 centimeters square. Now we need to move towards the next step. Surface area of cuboid is equals to, okay, now we need to take the product of 16,250 and 2. So again in the rougher column we are going to write down 16,250 and get it multiplied by 2. 0 times 2 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. So 0 will be written here like this and 1 will be taken as carry above 2. 2 times 2 is 4 and 4 will be added to the carry. So 4 plus 1 will give us 5. 6 times 2 is 12. So 2 will be written here like this and 1 will be taken as carry above 1. 1 times 2 is 2 and 2 will be added to our carry which is 1. So 2 plus 1 will give us 3. So it means the surface area of cuboid is 32,500 centimeters square. Students, now please take out exercise 12.2 and have a look at question number 2, which is find the volume and surface area of the following cuboids. We have already solved part 3 in this lecture. I hope you can do part 1, part 2 and part 4 by yourselves.